guys, now right off the bat, I'm just gonna come out and say that I am a thrift addict. I love thrifting, and quite honestly, I feel like what is there not to love? Thrifting to me, I feel like it's the best way to either update your wardrobe or actually figure out your style without spending so much money. And I know thrifting is intimidating to some people because you just have this insane amount of merchandise in one location. So, you know, that could be a put off for some people, but I got you. Do not worry about it. As a thrift expert, as I like to think about myself, I'm going to give you all the ins and outs of having a successful trip at the thrift store. So rather than just be standing here talking about the tips, I'm going to bring you along to my favorite thrift store, which is America's Thrift Store, where I can actually show you how these tips work. One of the tips that I have is go when you have plenty of time. Now, though most thrift stores are pretty organized, they are still not like sectioned off like your typical store at the mall. You're still gonna need to browse through all the racks in order to find all those hidden treasures or the style that you are into. So no rushing, go when you have plenty of time. Another, I would say, very important tip is going to the thrift store, be open-minded. If you are heading to the thrift store with a particular style or a particular brand in mind, most likely you will be disappointed because their stock changes quite frequently. So just be open-minded and walk in there and be willing to try new things or to look at styles that maybe you did not consider before. And most likely you will be pleasantly surprised of all the cool stuff that you found. So another tip would be, I'd say, start at the shoe section. Now the thrift store, especially if you're new to it, it can be a bit overwhelming, like I said before, because you have just so much merchandise in close proximity. So just to warm you up a little bit, start with the shoe section, which typically is towards the front entrance. So, you know, you can look at the shoes, get yourself a little warmed up before you move on to the shoes or clothing or furniture section. So another tip would be try everything on. It's just because everything in there, as far as especially the clothing, is vigorously washed for sanitary purposes. So the tags, the sizing on the clothes either are too big from being washed or they shrunk a little bit. So just to make sure that this fits, make sure you try everything on before you leave the store. So staying with the same topic of sizing, don't be intimidated or discouraged if you do have the wrong size, because the clothing prices are already so discounted that if you find an item that you do like and maybe it's too big for you, you can always take it to get tailored and use that money you saved at the thrift store to pay for the alterations that might be needed to customize it to the way that you like it. So another tip would be find out when their discount dates are. Though the prices are already at ridiculous discounts, they still do have some additional discounts. And right here at America's Thrift Store, they have a colored system of discounts where certain items, depending on their color, are discounted for a particular week. And I'll let Pat here, the store manager, she'll give us the specifics of where their discount days are and how it works.
At America's Thrift Stores, we have 5 colors. They rotate and change on Monday every week. And the colors are blue, orange, yellow, white, and green. And the discounts are 30 and 50%. And as of 8 o'clock when the store opens on Monday morning, the 30% drops down to 50, the 50 drops off, and then a new color comes down to be the 30%. So it's constantly rotating, and we put between 5,000 and 6,000 new items out per day in the store. And besides thrift items, we also have new furniture and refurbished mattresses. So come shop at America's Thrift Store.
Absolutely.
Where it's a new store every day.
Sure is.
Thank you, Mommy.
So another important tip is resist the urge to buy everything. Especially if you're new into thrifting, you're gonna walk in there and see everything at such low prices that you might get overexcited and buy so many things that you might get home and realize you don't either need them or want them. So exercise some self-control, try on everything, and just do a process of elimination and make sure these are items you really want or need, rather than going home and then regretting it. Now, they usually do not do returns, but you can always exchange them for something else, or you can get store credit that you could use at a later date if you choose to do so. So these are all the tips that I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed them, and stay tuned for my next upcoming videos where I'll do one on all the clothes that I found last time I went to America's thrift store, and also I will do a video on this fabulous hair I have on, give you all the detail and all the styling. Now before we wrap up this video, I'd like to take the time to say thank you so much to Pat, who is the store manager over at America's thrift store. She was so gracious and kind to let us shoot there, and I'll also like to thank Julio and Alice and all the staff there. Like honestly, their customer service is A+. They're always so friendly and helpful. And the store is so organized. It's really a pleasure shopping in there. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you on my next video.